from Glen Mills, I wound up getting caught. They sent me back. Then I wound up getting running again. Then I got caught again. They sent me up Newcastle. Me, my buddy Blanco, Nazim Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Nazim, I used to train
Bernard, yeah.
Yeah, me and him, we was up there together.
Oh, wow.
So me and Nazim, we used to train together on the block. We was on the same block together, juvenile block of Newcastle. Newcastle is like a youth development center. It's like Cornwall Heights.
Mm-hmm.
We was up there together. I started training up there. I used to tell him about how my grandfather was boxing. And he used to tell me he used to box back in the day. So me and Nazim used to train me up there when we was kids. Like, we used to cut the sheet, make our own hand wraps. They had a heavy bag. And we was from Philly. We was all the way up there near Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So you know them Pittsburgh boys down there to fight, they upjack you.
Oh, it was a Pittsburgh scoop, they always call it?
Yeah, the Pittsburgh scoop. So they ain't like Philly. You know, even if you wasn't boxing for Philly, you knew how to fight. You know what I mean? So the Pittsburgh boys ain't really like the Philly boys, but we was up there deep. So even though we was on separate units, all of us stuck together. You know what I mean? Even though, you know, we was dudes just from all over Philly. You know what I mean? Up Newcastle, we was on different blocks, but we all stuck together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Bernard speaks about, you know, Bernard was up here. He talked about, you know, some training and, you know, some, you know, fighting and, you know, and he mentioned you as one of the people that kept him sharp while he was, you know, in jail and so forth and so on. Any good memories from you and Bernard upstate at the same time?
Yeah, we used to spar every day. Like I learned a whole lot from Bernard, and I don't know if he learned anything from me, but
He said that he did, yeah.
Yeah, I learned a lot from Bernard, man. We used to train every day. He used to come in, get ready for his fights, come in from the street, box in the jail, you know, and I took my hat to him because he was the longest reigning champ for Philadelphia, represented Philly to the fullest, you know what I mean? And I appreciate a lot that he did, you know, as far as on the boxing tip, man. Like, you know, Bowie Fisher helped me a lot, you know what I mean? And he brought, you know, Bernard along as well, you know what I mean? Well, matter of fact, man, Bernard turned pro the same year, 88.
Wow.
Yeah, we turned pro the same year.
Now, you also did Fed time as well.
Yes.
So what was you in the Feds for?
I got caught with a gun and some drugs.
And what was this? What year was this?
2013.
Well, before I go through that, is an incident that he mentioned to you and he mentioned to me about, you know, you coming down from upstate and, you know, you get kind of Jack, you can talk about that.
He came down on Rick, and we was over the CFCF. And we was over there breaking law over there, like you said, in jail. You know, at times, you know, you over there, you doing things, so you ain't really learning nothing, especially with the stuff that they got at your disposal for you to get your hands on, as far as phones and contraband cigarettes and stuff like that. And you had came to the cell. I mean, me and my man Side, we was cellies. And I told you, Jeff, man. I said, this lady that's working the block, this correctional officer, she a dog. But for some reason, I think that you thought that you had it under control. I want you to tell the fans what happened that day, man.
Yeah, man. A friend of mine passed the phone off to me when I was down there. I came down on Rit. I had won my appeal to get my time back. So I came down from upstate. I was in the SMU. So, you know, I came down, and this when the cell phones just start jumping off, coming through the jails. So you be mindful. I ain't never see, you know, I remember the cell phones when I was a kid, the big brick.
Yeah.
But,
the Motorola joint.
Yeah, the Motorola joint, the joint you have in your car, the little car joint. But I ain't never see a phone the size of my hand. So when I came down, my boy was like, listen, man, you need a phone? I'm going to get you a phone. So I'm like, you going to get me a phone? So I'm like, all right. So he gave me the phone. So I go on the block. Like, yeah, I got a phone. They telling me what to do with it, how to use it. And I think it was a Nokia.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's exactly what it was.
They give me the joint. So he tell me like, oh man, this lady, man, I don't care nothing about no nigga. I'm in the hole. I don't care nothing about nobody coming up. Man, that lady ain't worried about me. I got this. It's on. So I get the John, man. We on there. We blowing. Oh, man, let me hold the John. Man, let me talk, man. I'm so anxious to be on the phone, man. Like, you gotta be mindful. I came from the SMU, so the only time you get a phone call, I was on phase 5. Phase 5, man, you got all DC time, so I ain't seen the phone in about 2 years.
Oh,
Hey.
And that was the phone on the wall.
Yeah.
That you gotta call collect.
You be monitored
I
on
mean,
that
so
phone.
yeah, it's monitored. So they gave me a real phone. I'm like, oh man, it's on. I ain't know how to act. I ain't seen the cell phone. First, I ain't even know how to dial out on the joint. They had to show me how to dial out and everything. I mean, as soon as he said that, maybe like a half hour later, the lady walk in there on with the phone. She tell me, get the phone up. I'm looking at her like, yeah, okay. I do that joint. Everybody scattered like roaches to get away from that joint.
The gig was up. Jeff like, oh man, I told Jeff, man. And you went to the whole crowd that day.
Yeah.
You felt good, like, come on, we out.
No doubt. What they was going to do, man? I came from the SMU anyway. I was happy to be in population. You know what I mean?
Wow. So so that incident happened, and he always talk about that all the time. Now from there, let's talk about your Fed time. You went in the Feds. How long did you do in the Feds?
I did 10 years in the Feds. I did from 2014 to 2024. I wound up putting in a direct appeal. They gave me 211 months, and I gave it back. They gave me an illegal sentence. They over-sentenced me. They were telling me that my score, my criminal history score was a 30, and I'm arguing with my lawyer, telling my lawyer, I haven't been in jail in 20 years. I did a 20-year bid, so there's no way in the world my points could be that high. So he argued me down. No, this, that. I said, man, the highest my points can be, and I went, because I stayed in the law library. You know what I mean? So I go on the computer. I'm like, I never been locked up for drugs before. I got locked up for drugs on the case that I did the 20 years, but that was my first drug offense. I never got actually caught with no drugs. The guy said that we robbed him for some drugs. So I'm like, I never got convicted of drugs. I got convicted of kidnapping. So there's no way in the world my points can be that high. Or you a 30 or 32. I'm like, there's no way in the world my points can be that high. I haven't had a conviction in 20 years. So there's no way in the world my points can be that high. They sentenced me anyway. They were trying to sentence me to Armed Career Criminal Act, ACCA. They were trying to give me 360 months to 386 months. I'm telling my lawyer, I don't fit the criteria of an armed career criminal. Maybe a career criminal, but not an armed career criminal, even though I got found with a gun.
Yeah.
The feds, they play so many games with this sentencing act with people, right? They'll charge you, like for instance, me or you, we already convicted felons already in the state. So there's, for instance, like if I get caught with a gun and the state picked my case up, the state know that the case, they're going to throw the case out because the case is weak. The feds will be sitting right there waiting to pick your case up because they know they're going to get 3 times as much time from you than the state will. You know what I mean? Because I remember back in the day when you got caught with a gun, you got 1 and 2, 11 after 23. Dudes was getting caught with guns like this.
That's not a violent crime. A gun was a misdemeanor.
A misdemeanor. It was a roofer. V-U-F-A. They call that joint roofer. Like when you got locked up in the state, now the feds got hip to it. They said a lot of these dudes is convicted felons, so we get them, they automatically gonna get 5 years mandatory for this gun.
60 months.
60 months. Now you get locked up with drugs in the gun,
924C.
you're going to get 9. Now, if you get locked up without drugs, you're going to get a 922G. But if you get locked up, like I got locked up with, I got 841A, and I got 924C and 922G. So now, this is the law right now. They can't charge you with 2 guns no more now. That's what they had to take off my record. If you get convicted with drugs and a gun, they can't give you the 922G now. They can only give you the 922C. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, a lot of these dudes, they get so scared, they plead out to everything. But you don't even have to do that. Just go to trial. Because if one thing about you going to trial, they're going to make a mistake on your case.
Yes, they is.
So many dudes be so scared to face the government. Like, I went against the government. I rumbled the government. I went to trial. Guy got on the stand. He testified on me. He lied. Told them I did X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. I got found guilty. I snapped out in the courtroom, man. Like, I wasn't supposed to. I lost my cool. And I snapped out in the courtroom because I knew the dude was lying. Dude got up on the stand. He testified for 3 hours and 45 minutes, saying that I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. I ain't gonna put his name out there because I know I'm still on probation, I'm still on parole, so I wouldn't even put him out there. But it's just sad the way these guys out here today, they look up to the guys that sent people to jail. Like, for instance, Alpo. Alpo sent the man to jail for 7 life sentences. Alpo got out of jail when I was in MDC Brooklyn.
They had a parade for him.
They had a parade for him. They was down here honoring this dude that sent all these people to jail. The same way with the boy Rayford Edmonds. They honoring these dudes that sent people to jail, that's died, people that have died in jail, their moms and pops that died in jail.
Yeah.
However, they look up to these dudes. They respect the people who told more than they respect the dudes that stood up.